Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I'm here to show you how to make these really cool, I don't know, I guess they're kind of like a specimen type thing. I saw it at House of Mahalo. Justine did this a while back. She did hers a little differently. As usual, I don't do everything the way everybody else does it. I think the only difference really is that she backed hers with a piece of cardstock, or it was actually a cereal box. And I left mine not so stiff, thinking that I could use it like this, or if I wanted it stiffer, I could back it at that time. So basically, let me show you, you get these envelopes. As a matter of fact, I just got one today. Ones with the larger windows. These, I've used the other parts of the envelope, so I'm going to go ahead and use one of these where I've, you know, totally taken it off, and I saved these, the inside of the security envelopes. So move that up there. Let's move these aside. I'm going to get my cutter out. And I'm going to cut this right down here and leave a space about the same size as that. I'm not really sure how big that is, so I'm going to make it a little bigger than that, maybe like so. That's pretty close. And then what I did, and I don't remember Justine having this on her window. So what I did is I just took a piece of this and I put it right there on the side to cover it up. You don't have to, you can use a different paper if you'd like. But anyways, so my next step was this paper back here behind it. I used this piece of scrap. You could use any kind of paper. Let me see if I have something different that might be good. I don't know if that would fit. That might fit. That would be kind of pretty, huh? What I was hoping though is that I would get one that would go side to side. So let me see if I have something that would fill that space. Just not crazy over the writing. I have a bunch of these papers. Let's see if something here would go. That would be kind of pretty, huh? Oh, so would that. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Let me see if I have doubles. I have doubles of this one. Oh, I have triples of that one. So let's maybe use one of these. And see if we can find a part of it that I really like. We could do that, but I'm kind of liking, I don't know, we could do this. Do this. I'm kind of liking the writing, actually. But we want to look and see, what do we want to put in the middle of that? That would be kind of nice, something like that. This is out of a magazine. That'd be kind of pretty too. I have all kinds of like fall flowers and whatever, but we also have like these birds. That would be kind of cool. Kind of like that. Okay, let's try this one. So then we'll have one with a flower and one with a bird. I don't know. We'll see. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this where this envelope is with, move my copy, with a pencil. I'm not even going to worry about cutting off the white part because it's going to be covered up anyways. And then, because I've already got it in there, I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue on the back of this bird so I can hold it in its place. Okay. These are so easy to make. So I just want to cut where I drew the lines. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, because you don't want to get glue on this part of your, you don't want to get glue on here if you can help it. I'm going to use my glue stick, and I'm going to try to stay away from that window. I'm afraid if I put a liquid glue on too close to the window, it would seep out into that. So I'm going to use my glue stick. And you could use like double-sided tape as well. But then I'm going to take my Barely Art glue, and I'm going to stay away from the window and just run a thin line around the edge here. Am I on camera? I hope so. Okay. Then we just want to lay this on top. And then if we want to trim it, we can. Okay. So what I'm going to do is turn it over, and wherever it's hanging over, I'm going to go ahead and trim. Looks like just two sides there. Okay, and then the bottom here. Okay, pretty cool. This is how easy they are. It's just so simple. Now, we want to cover up this piece, and I'm thinking we can either use a piece of this to cover that up like that, or if we wanted, we could just use a piece of this. So that'd work, right? Make it a little skinnier. And then just cut this off. I'm thinking that could go right along there. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and use a glue stick for that. And I'm just going to line it up with the top and then it can go down however low it needs to go down. We'll turn it over and I will just trim that little bit off like that. And that covers up whatever that stamp is, the postal stamp. Okay, the last thing we need to do is, well, second to last thing that we need to do is we want to go ahead and stencil around here. And we could collage around there if we want, but it does make it quite a bit stiffer. And the whole point of stenciling, that's what Justine did. She stenciled it, but her card was already pretty heavy. And what I like about it is it keeps it lightweight. So I'm going to pick a stencil. Let's see what we got here. This is the one I used actually for this one right here. Let's look and see. We could probably use that. I'm working on getting my stencils in these packs, and then I'll show you how I did it later on. And that might be kind of cool. I don't know how good it will stencil, but we could try that. Let's try it. The worst that can happen is it won't look good. And I'm kind of liking this blue in here, huh? Or this color. I don't think I have this color. Oops. Puppy hears somebody at the door. That might be pretty, huh? I'm going to try a blue stencil. Let's try it. I don't know how it's going to come out. Maybe we'll do it light just in case. Okay, so basically I can see where the edge of the envelope is, and I want to cover that with the edge of the stencil so that I don't stencil over onto the window. So oh, kind of nice. Okay, I want to turn this around because I want to keep this. I'm trying to put this line right here, this edge of the stencil, against where the cellophane is, so that I don't stencil out onto that cellophane. And then I'll have to do it this way. If I want to keep the design going like that, then I have to turn the stencil this way. Okay, and then we'll turn it this way to do the top. Like that. Oh, nice. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and take my blue tip off because I don't usually use my blue. And that's how I put it away. Put my vintage photo one back on. Okay, and I want to go ahead and distress all around the outside with the vintage photo. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to round the corners, so let's do that. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch rounder of my crocodile. They're kind of like faux specimen cards, giant specimen, I guess. I don't know. I just would call it just a journaling space. And we'll turn it over and do this, the back side. And that way, if you want to go ahead and journal on the back, it's already ready. And then we want to put something on the front to decorate it. And I'm thinking I have these little well, that blue looks kind of pretty, huh? Well, I don't want to, I kind of not liking that white space right there. But I don't want to cover up any part of the bird, so I guess I really did like it better right down here. Maybe do this down at the bottom, and this like that. I think I like it. That way, if we want to put something up here, we can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and use, these are cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Barely Art glue. Art glitter glue would also be good for this because it will hold the cardstock real well. I just got this for the first time and I thought I would try it on a few projects and see how I like it. I hear some people say that it takes longer, it doesn't grab quite as fast. I'm gonna just put that maybe like that. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. What do you think? Think we can make another one? Oh yeah, we're 20 minutes. We could make one more. Okay, so let me get my envelope fronts. One like this. Go ahead and, oh, I got two. Just grab one and we're going to go ahead and, you know what though? This one has a narrower window and we don't have to cover it, but I don't know. I like the wider window. I guess it doesn't really make a difference, but I just like the wider window. Okay. I need to take a sip of coffee. And I think I'm going to bring this paper back in because I really would like to do another floral, I think. And I'm thinking I really like, this right here, this background. So I'm going to go ahead and trace that. I will cut it. You could use a cutter if you want. If you don't have a cutter, always, scissors are always fine. You could rip it if you wanted to. That's up to you. And what I'm going to do is just make sure that I erase my lines. On the other ones, I didn't see pencil lines, so I'm just going to make sure I erase these. Okay. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now we have to figure out what we want to put inside of it. And I really do like the flowers or the leaves, or look, what about this rose? Oh, that would be pretty, huh? That one's kind of small. It has to be something fairly substantial, I think. That's kind of pretty as well. Let's see what else we have. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. This is one of our papers that we marked. Kind of weird. Let's see what we... Oh, it goes this way though, because the music needs to be upright if we decide to use that. And then we could put something on it. What about if we try something different? We have that rose, but we also have this flower I kind of like. Oh, that makes it kind of easy. I'm thinking this, and maybe if we get hold on just a minute. I was kind of thinking I have some mushrooms. Oh, I kind of like that. Thinking that if I put that kind of down towards the bottom, then we could maybe use a piece of this right here. Okay, I think I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my glue stick just to hold it into place. I just want to make sure it's straight. I just don't want it sticking up. So it's going to be enclosed, so it's not that big of a deal, but I don't want it sticking up while I'm trying to work on it. Okay, and then we want to put this over the top. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that this bottom part, excuse me, was covered. So I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way. Interesting, huh? Okay, get a glue sheet over here. And again, I'm going to use my glue stick. And then I'll put a line of the Burley Art on it. But away from the window. And the reason I just turned that just now, if you saw me do that, was because I wanted this at the top. I didn't want it down here because the picture's down towards the bottom. And I thought if I'm going to use something to cover that up, I'd rather have something going on up here instead of down at the bottom. Okay. Pretty cool. So now we just want to trim it up. Round our corners. So I'm going to trim this. I think that looks good. We want to round our corners, but I want to put this top piece on first. And I'm thinking that I really like just a piece about like that. Use my glue stick. There's people across the street are having company, and they're kind of coming and going. So the puppy is right at the door. If you can hear him barking now, I closed the door out there, hopefully, because there's no stopping him from barking. If he's watching out the window and there's movement, he's going to bark. Okay, I love that. Okay, we want to round our corners, and so I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch. I really do like that. I think that looks good. Now we want a stencil. And let me see what we got for stencils. I'll take these in and wash them after we're done with the video. like this one. Okay, and I think we want to stick with our vintage photos. And I do want to make sure that I put an edge right here so that I don't go out onto the cellophane. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to do the same right here. And right along here. Whoops. See, there he goes. Can you hear him barking? I closed the door, but I can't totally block him out. And then do the same right up here at the top. Oh, I need to go this way though. I'm really liking this one. Look how easy they are to make. Okay, there we go. Let's get a little decoration on there. Okay, and let me see if I have any labels. Okay, I have these. Oh, I like that one. Okay, I like that. And then let's see what we have for these little tags. I can do blue, but I think I might want to do, oh, look at this figure. This could be cool. I like that, but I think it's a little big. That's another one that's a little smaller. Yeah, I like it up higher. You know what I might do? Let's cut this a little narrower, I think. Maybe that's what I need. We make that just a little narrower. Maybe that'll be more to my liking. So a little kind of a pale blue circle in here. Let me see. Okay, I think that did it. That was all it took. Okay, so we want to put this one down first. We're going to put this one down next. And then we want this little circle, maybe right there. I like it. Look how easy these were to do. Okay, all we're going to do now is just stress this around the outside, front and back. And again, what Justine did is she did put a piece of cardboard on the backing of hers to make it a lot stiffer. I opted not to do that and leave it thinner, depending on how I'm going to use it in the journal. I'm not sure. But you could use these as tags, as journaling cards, as pockets, whatever. So there you go. So this is the one that I did off camera right here. And then we did this one with the bird. And then we did this one with the mushroom. I love, and this is that piece of paper that we did marks on or whatever in a previous video. Oh, we didn't distress the back because I was getting so excited. I loved it so much. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you try these. They're so easy. And again, it's a way to use up your envelopes. You know, they have the bigger window on them. I mean, you could make pockets out of them, but I love this idea. Anyways, thank you for watching. To all my subscribers, past, present, and future, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of our community. So have a great day, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.